Hi everybody, and welcome to Tomato Junkie's Kitchen, also known as Sarah's Kitchen. I just had a few odds and ends that I wanted to share with you before hopefully I'm going to have the promised potato salad video this weekend. Like I said, I needed my husband Kurt's help with that. And I'm really new to this, so if you all bear with me, I would appreciate it because I'm still learning. And I'm hoping that the lighting is okay on these videos. And if it's not, please let me know. I know some people that video blog regularly do have some special lighting that they use. And if I need to get that, I can get that. First of all, tonight, any of you that are Queen fans, and yeah, probably dating myself here, but that's okay. Our Freddie Mercury fans, we saw Bohemian Rhapsody tonight, and it was just fantastic. I think that actor that played Freddie nailed it. I mean, it's at one point, it was almost like I was really watching Freddie Mercury again. So any of you that want to see it, it's a great movie. It's really not for kids because if you're a Freddie Mercury fan, you know that some of his personal life is really probably not kid friendly, you know, depending on the age of your child or teen or whatever. But it was really, really good. We thoroughly enjoyed it. So anyway, if you want to make the potato salad, I wanted to let you know what the ingredients are. First of all, a dry potato like a russet probably doesn't work too well for this potato salad because russets tend to, when you put them in a potato salad, they tend to they're kind of mealy, which makes them great for a baked potato. But for a potato salad, you need one that has the waxier texture, which would be like a red potato or a Yukon Gold. So those are the two varieties of potatoes that I typically use in my potato salad. And then it's really pretty simple ingredients. Whenever I do a video with, to share any recipe with you all, I assume that you have the staples such as salt, pepper, oils, flour, those types of things, baking powder, baking soda, salt, those things. But other than that, on this potato salad, all you need are potatoes, a coarse grain mustard, mayonnaise, not Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip will not work in this recipe, and I very seldom use Miracle Whip on anything. I mean, it's just basically something we put on sandwiches here. It has too much flavor on its own for it to really work in a lot of recipes. So it needs to be a coarse grain mustard, and if you have any questions about that, please mention it in the comments, and I can direct you to what that is. And then mayonnaise, the potatoes, and then green onions. One optional ingredient is bacon, but I never really put the bacon in it. I always just use the potatoes, the mayonnaise, the mustard, and the green onions, okay? So that's how simple it is, and I've been saying this all along. It's a really simple recipe. The number one thing that people make a mistake with potato salad, and I'll mention this again when I do the video, but the number one thing people do wrong with potato salad is too much dressing. And all you're really tasting is the dressing, and any flavor that the potatoes have is just completely smothered and obliterated by that dressing. And that's a shame because, first of all, you don't need all that extra fat. And then the other thing is potatoes, they have a good flavor if you put complementary flavors with them. So anyway, I just wanted to alert you to what those ingredients would be if you really are thinking about making it. Potato salad, I make it more in the summer, but I do make it all year round. And one of the cutest things that happened is my niece Georgia actually said a prayer before a recent holiday that she was hoping that, and she was praying that her Aunt Sarah was going to make this potato salad. And then I had a great time teaching her how to do it. And she's, I think she's 12. Anyway, she just loves that potato salad. So Anyway, those are the ingredients for the potato salad. One of the other things I said I was going to do in the near future was show you how to make a pecan pie. And when I make pastry for a pie, and there's no crime in buying like the ready-made pie crusts. If I buy them, I typically don't get the ones in the dairy section. I get the frozen ones, like the Pet Ritz is one brand name where it's a deep dish that you can get. I mean, you can get the ones in the dairy section, and there's nothing wrong with those. But if you want to make a true, traditional butter pastry, I'm going to show you how to make that. And when you cook that thing, your house will smell, I mean, like divine, because it's made with real butter. And with regard to real butter, it needs to be unsalted. And the reason being is, there's two reasons actually. When they salt butter, they take away a little bit of the butter fat in it. So it's not as flavorful as unsalted butter is. So that's another reason you want to use unsalted butter in your cooking. And that way you also control how much salt you add to it. So, I mean, say you're sauteing something in butter, then you can completely control how much salt is in it. So I never buy salted butter. I buy unsalted, and I almost always buy it at Costco because that's the cheapest place I found it to be. And it needs to be the grade A. The other thing about making pie pastry is that you need a decent flour, a decent quality flour, because if you use something too cheap, it has to do with, I think, the proteins in it and the gluten and that type of thing, and it can compromise your product. So make sure, when I'm going to make a pie pastry, I use King Arthur. That's really, I think now, I mean, Pillsbury's is also good, but I think King Arthur now is probably pretty much the standard. And I wanted to show you all a tool that maybe some of you have never seen, and it's this thing, which is called a pastry blender. And you can see mine's a little bit bent from being used over the years. However, I don't use that anymore. I do mine with the food processor, and that's how I'll show you how to do it, because that is the easiest way to make pie pastry, in my opinion. The other thing is that if you want to make a pecan pie, the basic ingredients, of course, it's a custard pie, and by custard I mean eggs are the basis for it. So you're going to need eggs. You're going to need dark Karo syrup. You can use the light colored syrup, but the more traditional is the dark. And sugar, of course. Salt. You'll need a little melted butter. But this is one of the key ingredients that I wanted to show you, and this is real vanilla. This is the Costco brand, which is called Kirkland. But do not ever use imitation vanilla in any of your cooking, because it's just so not the same. I mean, some people now are even making their own. They're getting their vanilla beans and making their own vanilla. But you get the pure vanilla extract. I mean, it's just so much better. And I typically, in anything I make that calls for vanilla, like cookies, pies, whatever, I use probably twice the amount that it calls for, because I find that that really enhances the flavor even more. So I wanted to alert you to what those ingredients are, and of course pecans. So I'm going to try to show you that sometime over the weekend. Hopefully Kurt can help me out with that. And also a little bit of a teaser for the future is, this is my favorite cocktail. This is a Cosmopolitan. And anybody who knows me knows that that's my favorite cocktail. And I will also show that in the future sometime for those of you who might be interested. Also, I would really appreciate it if you would share my videos with your friends, because I'm really trying to build viewers, because I really want to share what I do know. I mean, some of the things I've learned over the years about cooking have been from people, great cooks that are not school taught or, you know, traditionally trained or anything like that. They're home cooks, and they've learned a lot of things over the years that I've learned from them. So I want to try to pass on to you. So anyway, that's what I had going on tonight. And again, I appreciate everything that you all do as far as watching, sharing, that kind of thing. And please feel free to give me feedback on anything, good or bad, because I'm interested in hearing what you have to say. So hopefully I'll see you this weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye.